Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to talk to you all today about China. So last year I did a research. Um, I got this email about this mom in Michigan who was jailed for overdue library books. I'm like, what? This is kind of stupid. So I went online, I Google searched what government entity oversees overdue library fines, and it comes up with the Legislative Council. So I have learned about or read about the Legislative Council before, so no big deal, kind of, looked into it a little bit. Well, then, you know how when you search something online, like you're looking for something to buy, in the next couple days, information starts popping up about the product or whatever. So I get this little pop-up that talks about China and how they were making illegal laws and how the citizens of China stormed the Legislative Council building, and that's how the whole entire riots started out. So I started doing more research and come to find out there's a Legislative Council in every country, and in the US we have one in every state. So in Michigan, when I was looking at the Legislative Council, it states that there's like no public opinions, like none of the public showed up there. I'm like, well, the public doesn't even know about it. So my understanding was that the legislative was created. It's got people from the Senate, who's in the Senate, people from the legislature who all get together. Well, come to find out, they get rid of old laws, but they also make new laws, which I thought was kind of interesting because it didn't seem like the process I learned on how our laws were made. So, and So when you do more research, you'll find out that there's over like $1 million that's allocated. And in 1963, when the Michigan Constitution was rewritten, they made sure that there was money that was allocated for the Legislative Council. And it's millions of dollars. I can't remember. I want to say it's like 20 million. I don't really remember. It's a while ago I did the research. So when you start looking into it, it's kind of interesting that nobody's showing up. Nobody really knows it. There's like millions of dollars advocated for this council, but nobody really knows that it's going on. And so they have other government entities that show up, like the DOJ is part of it, whatever. So if they're getting paid to be a senator or a House of Representative, and then they go and they sit in this council, are they getting more money? I'm kind of confused. Like, I really want to know. So I'm kind of watching the riots going on over in China, but all of a sudden within like a month, they quit talking about the Legislative Council. And now they don't even mention the Legislative Council. The next thing you know, the virus breaks out and everybody's in their home and nobody's rioting. And I'm like, this is just all a little bit kind of interesting. So I want you all, if you have the time, to start researching the Legislative Council and what it is the Legislative Council is actually doing. I believe that they are overriding our laws and we have no clue that it's even happening. And it's not just the Democrats, because my understanding is they take from Democrats and Republican for these committees as well. So if you have a chance, go ahead and research that. And then since I've written an article about this and about the election, I now have people who are following me. I went yesterday, December 10th, to the park. It was raining out. I think there was one guy jogging and another guy maybe walking. That's about really who was all at the park. Within 30 minutes, there were 10 cars I had counted driving through the parking lot. I think 5 of them had parked. A couple of them had drove through the parking lot and then parked out on the street. And I'm going, okay, so all of a sudden, this park's empty. Now there's 10 cars in it within 30 minutes. Like, what the hell's going on? So, I don't know. I'm like, they all going to shoot me at the same fucking time? Is there going to be shooting each other? What? I don't know. So, I have noticed the last 4 times I have gone to the park, probably about 5 minutes after being there, a black car pulls up behind me, goes really slow, drives through the parking lot, and then I watch them go down the street to the point that I can't really see them, which I think is kind of interesting. And then I don't know if they've parked somewhere else at the park, because it's a pretty big park. But I just thought it was kind of interesting yesterday, and I don't know if you all know, but I actually have an article that talks about if attorneys were part of the mafia. And at the end of this article, I actually am blackmailing the mafia, whoever put a hit out on me before, and I'm currently asking for $5 million to take my information off. So they'd like me to disappear off from the internet, remove all my blogs, all my articles, whatever. Right now, it's up to $5 million, and whenever I add information to it, it goes up. So I'm about ready to add information to it. It's going to be about six mil. And if anything should happen to me, my friend Bob ends up the property owner to my article, and he can do with the article as he'd like to see fit. He can add his story to it and up it if he wants to. But I've also got that's out there. So if one day I should happen to just disappear and there's nothing about me left on the internet, it's because I got my millions. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I hope you'll come back and listen to some more of my videos and my research and some things that I've discovered. Have a wonderful day.